Beginner dropshippers are always afraid to get into paid advertising because they feel like they need this huge budget to be able to make it work, and that's just far from the truth. Because the only way for you to be able to have a sustainable business and to get the financial freedom that you're looking for is to run paid ads. Now, organic is cool and all because you can, order your product in, make some videos with it, post it onto social media, but you're also heavily relying on the algorithm to generate revenue. And again, that's just not sustainable. And in this video, I'm gonna go over my full low budget TikTok ads testing strategy so that way I can help a bunch of you guys get your first sales with your dropshipping businesses. And this is a proven strategy that you can start using today, and it's helped countless of my students be able to generate thousands of dollars with their dropshipping businesses. So if that excites you, I would greatly appreciate it if you stay to the end of the video because I know it's gonna be valuable. Drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's greatly appreciated. And if you're also a beginner out there that's looking for a like-minded community full of other dropshippers on their dropshipping journey, feel free to go down to the description and sign up for my free dropshipping Discord server. And without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so let's get right into it. So as you can see, we're on a fresh TikTok ads manager. If you don't have a TikTok ads account, you're gonna need to make one to be able to follow the tutorial, obviously. So come over to ads.tiktok.com. You're gonna click on get started and just fill it out, sign up for a TikTok ads account so that way you can start advertising. So once you do that, you'll have a screen similar to mine. Just make sure you come over to the campaign tab. And now what I'm gonna do is I've never really shown my exact column setup for my TikTok ads manager. You need to be able to read your data effectively if you wanna be able to run ads the right way. So you need to know what KPIs to look at. So I'm gonna show you my exact column setup. I'm not gonna go into depth of every single KPI here, but that way you know exactly what you should be looking at. So I'm gonna click on Jaden's columns. All you have to do is just click on default columns. You're gonna click on custom columns to make your own, but I'm just gonna click on mine right here. And as you can see, I have 29 columns selected. You can go ahead and search if there's something else that you want to add. You can add it right to your column setup. But this is the exact setup that I have right here. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys screenshot this. I'll give you a couple seconds here. And then I'll also give you a couple seconds here. So so these are the 29 different KPIs that I look at. When they're not all KPIs, but majority of them are. So like CPC, CPM, impressions, CTR. You have your cost per acquisition, your purchase ROAS, your total purchase, cost per purchase, value per purchase, your total add to carts, so on and so forth. So yeah, these are the columns that I look at to be able to make the best possible decisions with my ads. And I highly recommend that you do the same. So all you have to do is just come down to the bottom, name it whatever you want, and then make sure you have this checked for save as preset column, and then click on confirm and you're good to go. Now it's time for you to launch your first ad. So what do you got to do? First thing you got to do is go over to this create button right here. Now you're going to see your advertising objective. This is going to be basically what you're trying to do as an advertiser, okay? For us e-commerce store owners, we're trying to get sales. We're trying to get people to our website and to purchase our products. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on website conversions. You don't need to worry about traffic, reach, or any of that. Those are all different. Obviously, if you had a lead generation business, you'll click on lead generation. Okay, so we're going to click on website conversions. And then we're going to keep smart performance campaign turned off. We're going to scroll down, and for our campaign name, we just need to name this something so that way we can stay organized once we have a ton of ads running in our ads manager, because it can get kind of crazy. So make sure you name this something where you'll know, so that way you can stay organized. So what I do is I just name my campaign name the name of my product. So I'll just put product name. You put the name of your product there, and that's good enough, okay? Then we're gonna turn on campaign budget optimization. We're gonna set this to $50. Now, you're gonna need to be able to spend $50 on the test. If you can't spend at least $50 on the test, then entrepreneurship may not be for you right now, okay? And I have to say it like that because this is fairly inexpensive. You spend 50 bucks, if you get no sales, boom, we cut it and we move on to the next product. Most likely it was something maybe on your landing page, maybe it is the product, or maybe it's just your ads suck, okay? But all in all, if you spend 50 bucks, you should know whether or not, what that problem is. So really quickly, just to explain what a CBO is, you're basically telling TikTok that you want them to spend $50 throughout whatever advertisements you give them. So we always test with at least 3 ads. So TikTok is going to spend $50 within those 3 ads, and they don't have to spend all the budget on one. They can spend $48.50 on one of them and then spend only, $1.50 on the other 2. okay? So you're basically letting TikTok handle the budget and disperse it to the best performing ad sets. And with how powerful the TikTok algorithm is, I trust that it's gonna make the best decision for me. And later on, when we go onto the ad set level, I'll show you exactly what I mean, because you can also set your budget, but you can also set your budget on the ad set level as well. And I'll be sure to explain that once we get to the next step, what that means, okay? So all you have to do now is just click on continue. All right, so now we're on the ad group portion of our campaign. And the first thing that we have to do is we have to name it, okay? So again, just try to keep it simple so that way it's organized. So what I do is I'll typically just do something like open targeting, because I don't do interest targeting. But if you're gonna target an interest, for example, you just put that interest here. So that way you know exactly what you're targeting. I'll also do what countries or maybe the age groups that I'm targeting. It just kind of depends on the product and what I'm doing. But I'm gonna do US and Canada because we're gonna target both, and then I'll just leave it at that. For the data connection, you're gonna wanna select your pixel. You should have already made a pixel once you tied your TikTok ads to your Shopify account. So you should already have one. If not, just go ahead and create one. For the optimization event, we're always going to do complete payment. Now for the placements, you wanna click on select placement, and you always wanna remove the global app bundle and Pangle as well. And then I've also been experimenting with including the search results as well. Feel free to test this if you want to. I'm just gonna keep this checked for now. Advanced settings, I always turn off user comments because people will say stupid shit on your ads and then it just messes up the ad, okay? So I just keep it off, right? So turn that off. Video downloads, you don't want anybody downloading your ads. And then for video sharing, I don't mind people sharing my ads because it's gonna push it in the algorithm anyways. And that brings me into the sponsor of today's video, AutoDS. Now AutoDS is your all-in-one dropshipping platform that'll help you source winning products and get faster shipping times than AliExpress. As you can see, some of these products are getting shipped out within 2 business days, 6 business days, which is absolutely insane. So really quickly, I wanna show you how easy it is to actually source a product with AutoDS. So let's just say, for example, this is the product that you wanted to sell. These are some flip-flops. All you have to do is just copy the AliExpress link, come back over to AutoDS, click on Add Products, Single Product, paste that AliExpress link here and make sure it's selected for the supplier source, and then click on Publish to Store. And now you'll see down here on the very bottom, item is being added to your store. Click here to track the progress, so just click here. And here's that product right here. All I have to do to finish the source is click on the 3 dots, click on sourcing request, and then process sourcing request. Now to check the status of your source, just come over to orders, click on sourcing requests, and then you're gonna see that product right here. You're gonna see the status that says ready. So what you can do is you can click on sourcing details, and this is gonna take you to the product detail screen where you're gonna be able to see all the imagery. You're gonna be able to see how much the product costs, what are the variants, what are the colors, what's the shipping and processing time, and so much more. Now all you have to do is just make sure that you go ahead and link your product. And if you want to customize further, like what variants and the actual photos that are being imported to your store, you could come back to the product screen, or actually go back to the order screen, sourcing request, and then you're going to find your product, and instead you're going to click on view product. Now this is going to take you to the screen where you're going to be able to look at all the variants, what's in stock, what's not in stock. You can also see the images, you can remove them, you can also add more, and then you can see the description. So it comes all preloaded for you. You can customize this and delete whatever you want and then save it to your store. So that's AutoDS. I highly recommend that you check them out if you're looking for a reliable dropshipping supplier. So if you want to check them out, I actually have a 30-day risk-free trial where you can add this right to your Shopify store. You could try it out. If you don't like it, no harm, no foul, but I promise you, you will. So again, go down to the link in the description, check it out, and let me know what you think. All right, so now we're heading into the targeting section of our ad set. So just scroll down to demographics, and we're gonna add another country here. So we're gonna also target Canada as well. You can mess around with this. I do this as well. Sometimes I'll target just Canada, or I'll target just the United States or the United Kingdom. Just do keep in mind that if you have a regular TikTok ads account, you can only target the United States and Canada right now. You can't target the big 5. The only way to do this is to actually get an agency account. If you want me to make a video about that, I can do that as well. Anyways, if you scroll down to age, I always keep it at 18 plus. I never do 13 to 17 because you don't want to target, little kids. They're not going to be able to purchase your product anyways, and you're going to be wasting your ad dollars. Okay, so make the best decision that you possibly can. If you have a product that's, more so for an older demographic, then target people that are older. Okay, you have to make that best decision for yourself, but majority of products are going to be good on 18 plus. Now, same thing for gender. Gender is going to be the exact same thing, but you'd be really surprised. I've sold tons of beauty products. I love the beauty niche, and I'll target all genders because you'll be surprised on how many males, will buy this for their woman or buy this for their mom, their sister, whatever the case may be. Okay, so again, make the best possible decision, but majority of the time, I like to keep it on all. Now for languages, make sure that obviously English is selected. I believe it's just on all right now. You want to make sure that it's just on English. And then you can scroll down to interests and behaviors. Now, a lot of people ask me, do you run interests when you're running ads? And my answer is simple. No, I do not. A couple years ago, yes, I always choose interests and I never did broad. But now I only do broad. The AIs for these platforms are just insane. They know who your ideal audience is and you don't have to worry about this, okay? You can just let TikTok, Facebook, or Facebook do its thing. But I want to show you anyway, so if you just click on interests and behaviors, they do have interests for like pets and beauty. So we can just go to pets, we can click inside there. They get a little bit more specific: pet food, pet healthcare, pet household products. Now, if you want to make a separate campaign once you find your winning product and start testing some interest, there's nothing wrong with that. When it comes to advertising, it's all about split testing, okay? So I don't recommend just not doing it, but when you're doing your initial test, you don't need it, okay? And you just don't. So I would just leave it open. All right, so for the device, you can mess with this if you want to. Say if you're selling a product like an iPhone case and you only wanted to target people who, are on iOS, you can target people like that. Now that's, something that I would highly recommend, okay? And so you can go through these. Typically the products I sell, I don't ever have to mess with this. I just keep it on all. Now we're on budget and schedule, okay? So I told you at the beginning of the video when I talked about CBO campaigns that I would get back to it once we got to this section. So this right here would be open. If you didn't choose CBO campaign in the beginning, you'd be setting the budget at the ad group or the ad set level. So I'd be able to put my budget here and I would be able to disperse them how I want to. So that's the difference, okay? So if I had 3 advertisements, I'd be able to set $20 campaigns for each and every single one of them, and TikTok would spend the entire budget per ad set. They wouldn't just go and choose which one they think is doing the best. They'll spend the entire budget again on each and every ad set. So that's the difference. Hopefully that made sense. So anyways, we already have our budget set, so we don't have to worry about that. All we have to do is just schedule it. So just click on schedule. And then you're gonna set it for the next day at midnight. You always wanna run your ads for the next day at midnight. It's just something I've been doing for years now. You wanna give these platforms a full 24 hours to be able to spend your budget. So we're gonna click the next day. We're gonna click on the time and we're just gonna do 0000, which is just midnight. Click OK and then OK. Now, I used to not do day parting, but I've been doing it a lot now lately. So day parting is basically you're telling the platform, hey, I don't want you to spend my budget until this time, okay? So typically what I'll do is like 7 to midnight, which is just 7 in the morning to midnight, or I'll do 8 to midnight, whatever the case may be, okay? Because I just find that it works better. So I'm gonna keep it at that. Now for everything else, bidding and optimization, you don't have to worry about it. As long as it just matches what I have here on the screen, you're good to go. Same thing for the advanced settings as well. So you can go ahead and just click on continue. All right, so now we're on the ad portion of our campaign, which is my favorite part because I'm able to customize exactly what my customers are gonna see before they go to my website. So the first option here is Smart Creative. You can keep this off. I typically do so. For the ad name, again, there's no right or wrong answer. I just like to do just video 1, video 2, video 3, etc. Now for your identity, okay, you're gonna need to create a new custom identity. This is going to be basically your little icon here when a customer sees your ad, okay? So you can customize this to whatever you want. A lot of people will do some creative stuff and actually make it look like it's a real person. So that's something you can test with as well. But typically I'll just put my brand name. So just create new identity, put your brand name here, upload a logo, and then click create. All right, so the next thing we have to do is upload our ad creative so that way we can customize them, add the call to actions, etc., right? So what we need to do is click on upload and click and drag all of your creatives into here. I always test with at least 3 creatives, so make sure you upload at least 3. All right, so now we added all 3 of our videos. As you can see, we have 3 here right on the left side panel. So now what we can do is customize our text. So the text is going to be this little ad copy right here before someone clicks on your ad. Now this can only be between 1 and 100 characters, so you need to keep it short, and it needs to be your offer. So let's just say, for example, our offer is buy one, get one free today only. Okay, so that could be an example of text that you can put here. Or if yours is buy one and get a free gift, then you can put that. Or, you know, it's 75% off of everything on the site until midnight. Whatever your offer is, like, just put that there. Okay, so that's what we're gonna roll with for this, is buy one, get one free today only. And then for the call to action, I always just delete these and I select my own. And I always select ones that have buying intent. So order here, buy now, shop here, get your order now, shop now, order is yours now, buy it, purchase it now, shop today. And I think that's good enough. Order now, okay. And yeah, we're good with that, okay? So those are all ones that have, you know, something with like purchase now or order here, whatever the case may be. So I just select those. And now for the URL, this needs to be the link to your product page. And I wanna say that one more time. It needs to be the link to your product page. Do not put your home page, do not put your collections page, or contact us, don't put anything but the product page. You wanna create the least amount of friction for your customers. So that way, once they click this order here button or whatever it is here, goes to your website and they can just purchase. There's no extra steps, okay? And so make sure you paste that link here. Now we need to go ahead and paste in our URL. So this is gonna be the URL to our product page. And I wanna say it one more time. The link to your product page. Do not make it your home page, your collections page, your contact us page. It needs to be the product page. And the reason for this is because you want to create the least amount of friction for your customers. You want them to be able to click on your ad, go right to the website, and be able to purchase, okay? You don't want to create any extra steps. So put your link here and make sure you always preview it. Even if you know it's the right link, always preview it to make sure, because you don't want to spend money on ads and your link isn't working. Trust me, it's happened a few times, okay? So I just want to save you the headache. And that's pretty much it, okay? You can also, you know, mess with the thumbnail as well. So you can click on the thumbnail and choose which thumbnail you want for the actual video. So I can do something like this. This was a domino train. I tested the viral domino train that lies all the dominoes automatically for you. But anyways, you can choose whatever thumbnail you want here, click save. And then one thing that you need to make sure you do is go ahead and come to this left side panel, and we're working on this one right here. What you want to do is now click on the second one, and you want to do the exact same thing, but for all the other videos as well. It's very important that you do this. So go back to the text, you know, put your offer, go to the call to action, reselect all of the buttons again, add your URL, preview it, and then do the exact same thing for the third one as well. And once you're done with all of that, now you can go to the bottom and click on publish all. So now it's creating our ad, and congratulations. Now you have just created your first testing campaign, okay? So now you can just click on back to campaigns and it'll take you right back to this screen. Obviously I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off because I'm not gonna run that. But there you have it. That is my low budget TikTok ads testing strategy. It's a very simple strategy, but it works. And if you're gonna use my strategy, I highly recommend that you give it a chance for at least a month or two before you go ahead and move on to another YouTuber strategy, okay? Because a lot of the times with beginners, what happens is you're listening to too many people, you're trying too many different strategies. Try a strategy out for a little bit, you know, see how it works for you. And if it doesn't work, you want to change something up, then you can go ahead and do that. Don't just do one test and then think, oh, this strategy doesn't work. You need to stick to something and just see it out. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it and that you took some value from it. That right there is my low budget TikTok ads testing strategy. It's an amazing strategy for beginners, and it allows you to get in at a low cost. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys wanna see from me next, and I'll see you guys next time.